Hey there guys, and welcome back to the Two Players Podcast, episode 57. We're going to be talking about the news, then all of the Spider-Man PS4 news that has come out separately. Then we're going to get into games we've been playing recently, and then close out the show from there. So, first up, Life is Strange is having a comic book adaptation coming soon. I believe it is scheduled, if I could really just skim through the article, but there's actually no release window right now, but it's going to be made by Titan Comics. They've produced Wolfenstein, Bloodborne, Tekken, and the Evil Within comics. Some of them are hit or miss, so what do you think about this, Damian?
I think it's good, but like, is it going to be with like Max and Chloe, or is it going to be like a new thing?
They said it's going to bring back familiar characters and return to the setting of Arcadia Bay, specifically Blackwell Academy. So it's likely a straight adaptation of Don't Nod's original game. Personally, what I would like to go and see from this comic is just go into like the Before the Storm characters, to be honest. Mm-hmm. That's what I would like to see, because like I think we've seen enough of Max and Chloe. Like, what else can they fucking do with these two characters, other than like a what if story if like, you know, Chloe stayed at Blackwell or whatever. But I feel like that they have to get into those characters because they kind of just disappear between Before the Storm and the main game. So I would like for them to explore that, but this is only I believe, a 4-issue miniseries or something like that, so we'll just have to go and wait and see exactly what they want to do.
Yeah, I think focusing more on side characters would be best for this, since, you know, we already got a lot with Max and Chloe, so I think more focus on the other characters would be appreciated there. Yeah,
and I hope that it's not bad, because, like I said, Game Informer says that some of their adaptations are hit or miss. Supposedly, the Wolfenstein one wasn't all that great. So hopefully that they do this one justice, because it would really suck to get something really bad for this Life is Strange series for like the first time, I think. Yeah.
All right, so we got new teaser images for Telltale's Walking Dead, the final season. They're finally finishing the story. It's been like forever. Like, I don't even know when the first one came out at this point. Like 2010?
I could look it up.
Or 2012?
Walking Dead first season. God damn it. Season 1 came out A New Day. The first episode 2012.
Yeah, 2012.
So,
okay.
Yeah, this Telltale series has been going on for quite some time. Personally, I didn't play the first season when it came out, but I did, later play it once I heard all of the praise that the series has gotten, and I've been following it ever since. Even the last season, A New Frontier, I thought it wasn't that bad, but I could definitely see why people complain about it, because it didn't focus on Clementine, which was the main focus of the entire series up till that point. So this final season, with this teaser image in mind, it looks like it's going to focus on Clementine and AJ and how they are going to, I guess, survive the zombie apocalypse.
And I guess it's going to do like a reverse of the first season, which I won't spoil, but I don't know. It might do that.
God.
Like,
don't do that. No, but
so like, yeah.
PAX East is going on right now, so they are supposed to reveal more details of the game. So as of right now, we don't have those. But hopefully by next podcast, we'll most likely have them. But yeah, I'm still pretty excited for this final season of the Walking Dead for Telltale series, because, you know, I do think good things should always come to an end. And while they are still decently hot, they should, stop right here, because I think after A New Frontier, some people were like, it's a little iffy. So I think them ending with a Clementine focus story is very important.
Yes, I do agree too. It's time for our story to wrap up. It's been going for so long. And I think it's either time to end the series with this, which I think they're going to do, and not make like another spinoff. Because The Walking Dead seems to be having an issue with just ending. So I'll be happy if this series is finally done.
Yeah. Final season. Hopefully they don't do like, with new characters or whatever. But, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yep.
Okay, so next thing is the Sonic Mania Adventures Episode 1. It's pretty much like a 3-minute little animated short. You watched it, right, Damian?
Actually, I have not.
Oh, wow. But it's a pretty good little animated short. There's no voice acting. It's very much, like the classic Sonic. They don't talk or anything like that. But, if you watch it, it's a very cute little animation.
Again, like I said, when Mania first released, I really do like how Sonic looks, like from the OVA sort of look. Like I always really like that Sonic look. So I'm glad that they're doing like this little mini series here. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Tyson Hess definitely knows how to draw Sonic and friends, and I really do like his art style, and I think a lot of the Sonic community can agree with me on that.
Yes, because you know they're not doing too well with forces, so they're like, all right, let's just milk Sonic Mania now, because you know it's the only thing giving them money at the moment.
But yeah, there's just one picture of like Sonic looking at something, or like a little screen, like a kind of like a projector sort of thing or whatever, and like people are like memeing that because like it's like that, and then like a random like picture, and then he like looks disappointed or whatever.
Yeah.
So like I think one of them was like it's like on Discord when like someone says at everyone and you're like, oh
Yeah.
look, it's a notification. It's like, god damn it.
Yeah. God damn it.
That was a thing that happened. So moving on.
All right, now we got the news that everyone's kind of just expecting for a while now. We got the Spyro Reignited trilogy, which same thing like the Insane trilogy, where they basically just remastered the first 3 games with like brand new PS4 graphics and new music and everything. It looks amazing. And it's also going to be the same price point, $40, like the Insane trilogy. It's going to be coming for a PS4 thing first, right? It's like a time exclusive, and then it's going to be coming to other consoles at some point.
Yeah, I know right now it's confirmed for PS4 and Xbox One. I'm not sure if they're releasing simultaneously or PlayStation has some exclusive rights to it for a year or whatever. But I know that it is coming to both of those consoles. A Switch version is still a mystery at the moment. I know a lot of people would like to see it come to the Switch, and I think it would do pretty well on the Switch. But it's just a matter of if Toys for Bob, who are the developers for this game, can actually pull it off. And since it is Toys for Bob, who were the people that worked on Skylanders, I wonder what Vicarious Visions is working on, you know?
Right.
So that is still a mystery. But, you know, I'm definitely excited to go in, play this Spyro trilogy, just because I didn't grow up with this Spyro. I played The Legend of Spyro, which gets a lot of criticism, but personally I like it a lot. Maybe if I played it today, my opinion would be different. But when I played it when I was younger, I really did like those games. And with the classics from Insomniac Games, I played the first one. I wasn't really all that into it, and I think that's as far as I went with the original trilogy. So I'm excited to jump into this and hopefully really, you know, like dive into it and just like enjoy what the original trilogy had to offer at that time, you know.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. Again, I didn't really grow up with Spyro or anything like that. And when I went back to play with them, play the original trilogy, I just couldn't really get the feel with the controls. It just felt a little weird. So I know with this one they're like sort of fixing it so it's like fully analog and stuff like that. So I think it'll be a lot less awkward to control Spyro. So I'll probably enjoy the games better.
I think they're also adding camera movement, like you can like move the camera. So they're definitely doing a lot to modernize this game, which is obviously a good thing when you're remastering a trilogy like this, because some people might complain that the controls are a little bit outdated or whatever. So it's good to go and see them, you know, just like what they did with the Insane trilogy, modernize the game and in other ways, not just the graphics.
Yep, and I'm pretty happy about that. You know, they're not really missing anymore. I think that's all the PlayStation 1 mascots. We only had 2 that people really cared about. So
yeah.
And give me like Croc, Legend of the Gobos. No.
All right, so let's get into the Spider-Man PS4 news. So Damian, you want to rally all of these details that I have laid out for you?
Yeah, so Spider-Man 4 for PS4, sorry, now has a release date. It's coming out September 7th, which is I don't know, I thought it was gonna be a little like in summer, but it's not as far away as I thought it was gonna be. It's gonna have a digital deluxe version with The City Never Sleeps DLC plus pre-order bonus. Pre-orders pin. They also said if any digital like pre-order stuff could be unlocked through the game, like it's not just tied in through pre-orders. So that's nice. It's also gonna have a collector's edition, which also includes the DLC, some stickers, a steelbook, a mini art book, and a statue. So you know the standard collector edition stuff. And the pre-order bonuses will also have a Spidey suit pack, Spidey drone gadget, PSN avatars and themes, and 5 extra skill points. So you know it's pretty standard like collectors and pre-order stuff.
Yep. All right. So going back to that release date, I know a lot of people were like, I was expecting June or July, but I would love to go and play that game during the summer. Like, that would probably be the perfect summer game, but I guess they know that they need this amount of time to go and finish the game, because the game isn't even rated by the ESRB yet.
Wow. Okay.
So September 7th, it is a bit far, but regardless, I am still very, very excited for this game. The box art, what's your opinion on the box art?
Wait, hold on. Let me see. Actually, I have no idea what the box art looks like. Oh, that? It kind of looks bad. Wait, is that the official box art?
Yes, that is the box art.
Okay, I don't like that. It's way too bland. Like, it's just very, like, you take the picture of Spider-Man and just put it on there and just put the logo. And there you go. I actually do not like that.
The funny thing is, if you look to the left, it says, along with the release, we get to show you the final box art. Insomniac Games has a history of excellent box arts from Ratchet & Clank Future, Crack in Time, which I think we both can agree that box art, for North America anyways, is pretty bad.
Yeah, I don't like the North American one. The EU one is a lot better.
Because it's literally just Ratchet and Clank's face, but half in the cover. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's like a pretty bad box art. But yeah, I mean, they definitely could have done something differently with the box art, So
yeah, that's very boring. I do not like that.
I mean, box arts in 2018 aren't exactly as important, so whatever. But moving on from there, the digital deluxe edition. All right, so the DLC part, the City That Never Sleeps. Are you upset that they've already announced DLC or whatever before the game's even out?
I mean, a lot of games do it now, so it's kind of hard to be upset when like every game does it, and it really just depends on how like substantial it is. Like, if it's like a really big single player DLC and not just some like arena or whatever, then I guess I'm okay with it, because it shows that they're
3 chapters, new missions, suits, and characters. So
yeah, like I'm okay with that, as long as like it doesn't, like, it didn't take away from the main game, I guess. Like. But it's hard to say if that's even, the case. Like, if this was meant to be in the main game and just like, oh, we can make a DLC. But I don't think that's the case. But I don't know. Like, is this supposed to be day 1 DLC, or is this coming out later?
Post-launch.
Post-launch, okay. So like, I guess it's not as bad. Like, again, I'm fine with story DLCs. Like, a lot of the time, it's just like, if it's, if they're working on it at the same time as they're working on the main game, then that's a problem. But we don't really know that. So
yeah. Well, it says post-launch, so we have no idea when it's going to come out after the game comes out. So it could be next year, it could be at the end of this year, so we have no idea when that post-launch DLC is going to come out.
Right.
Personally, I'm happy that they did this, just because a lot of single-player games today don't really have much to do outside of, what the game has to offer, So, like, for example, with Crash Bandicoot, when they released that like free DLC for like a month or something like that, that was just that really hard level that got cut out of the game. Yes. I thought that was a great piece of DLC, and obviously Spider-Man isn't going to do that necessarily, like add a new difficulty level or whatever, but they're going to add more content to it. So I really do like that they've, already thought ahead. They're like, well, if people want to play more, what do we do? I guess we could say that we're going to have more, story chapters for you to go and play if you're really into it, So
yeah.
And also
sorry.
Also getting the digital deluxe edition just pretty much guarantees that you already have that DLC or the collector's edition,
Yeah. So there's no like season pass or anything?
As far as I know, no. I think that this right now, like these 3 chapters are what they have planned. They could add more. I have no idea, but I know that microtransactions are a hell no to them. They are not doing that. I know that the pre-order bonus content with the 3 Spidey suits, the one that's announced right now is the Spider-Punk. But they will announce the other 2 later. But those can be unlocked through the game still, I believe, right?
Yeah. So, they could be unlocked through the game.
That is very, very cool that they are, keeping everything within the game. They aren't doing all that much microtransactions unless, it's like that post-launch DLC that is very, important, I guess, because they can't just give you that for free. So
yeah. No, I understand. Like, Oh no, I think it's fine. Again, as long as no like scummy DLC, like this is this is like more content and more levels. I'm totally okay with that. So
Yeah. My only problem with the pre-order bonuses is that I get 5 extra skill points. Personally, I don't want that, but
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's kind of like some games do that. We just pre-order the game, you get like a really good gun. I'm like, I don't want that, but all right, sure.
Game Informer has, I believe, all throughout April, they're going to be announcing or like talking about Spider-Man PS4 in some way, shape, or form. So, for the first couple of days, they did a 144 rapid-fire questions interview with the creative director, and then they did an interview with the actor that played Spider-Man. Most of the information that I'm going to rally off here is from that 114 interview. So, first up, 30 FPS on both the base model and the Pro version of the PlayStation 4. I think we knew this for quite some time. They've been, tweeting about it to people that have asked, how many frames is this game going to run? And it's sadly going to be 30 on both the base and the Pro. It's a little weird that, we're in this console generation where it's like you got the PS4, then you got the PS4 Pro, and then the Xbox One, then the Xbox One X, right?
Yeah.
So when certain games don't take advantage of that better hardware, I just question, like, is buying that better model even worth it,
Well, probably for this game, they just couldn't keep it at a stable 60 frames with the Pro. So they just thought it would be, like, better just to keep it at, like, 30 so it doesn't, like, make people sick. So, like,
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure this game could have been run at a better frame rate with the Pro, but it kind of just decided to make it 30 anyway, so...
Yeah, and I think in the interview he said that like it'll look prettier, so I guess that's a thing.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be several times larger than Sunset Overdrive. I don't think either of us have played that because it's on the Xbox One. Yeah. Like I said, hell no to microtransactions. Fast travel is gonna be a thing through the subway, so I think that is very neat, especially as two people who have gone to New York and used the subway a couple times. I think that was definitely a neat thing that they added.
Yeah.
MJ is going to be playable.
I don't know, like probably for some story bits.
Yeah, probably for some story bits, but I would be very surprised at her being to be able to just play as her outside of those story bits.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
There's going to be a photo mode, so to those that want to go and take pictures within the game. No major original characters, so they're going to be using all of the already created Marvel characters. You can interact with civilians by high-fiving them, take selfies, salute to them, etc. Spider-Man will not die instantly in water, so
that's good.
That is pretty good, and I think that's all of the important stuff that came out of that interview. So... pretty much the two main things that I came out from that was that MJ's playable. That is very, very weird. And the confirmation of the FPS on the base and the Pro model. So
yeah, that was, I think the FPS bit was like the most important bit from that because a lot of people like to know how this thing would run on either the PS4 or Pro, and in this case it's the same, but it's always nice to know.
Yeah, especially to those that don't play on console that often and, very highly value FPS, especially those PC gamers, So the fact that it's going to run on 30, that might, influence their decision on whether or not they're going to buy it or not. Obviously, I'm pretty sure we're both still going to play it no matter what. But, there's people out there that are like, 30, I'm good. So.
Right.
Okay, so let's move on to games or movies or shows we have been watching, playing, whatever. I'll let you go first, Damian. So what have you been doing over the past 2 weeks, good sir?
Okay, so I have been playing Far Cry 5, and this is my first Far Cry. I never played 3 or 4, so my opinion might be a little more positive than if I were to play the other two. But in my case, it's really fun. I like it a lot. It has all the standard Ubisoft open world stuff where you like get outposts. You don't climb towers though. They make a joke about that, but you don't climb towers in this. But you destroy like silos and you capture outposts and liberate stuff. Like it's very standard Ubisoft things. But it's really fun. Like the gunplay is really nice. I really like the setting in this game where it's like like rural America and like you fight a bunch of like cultists and stuff like that. The main story itself is actually pretty interesting as well. I don't want to get too into it, obviously. I also haven't finished it yet, so. But yeah, the story is really cool. I do like it a lot. Again, another thing with the Far Cry games I noticed is just have like the same villain basically. It's a charismatic villain, and like there you go. I noticed that from the last two games as well. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. I do like the story so far. Again, it runs really well too. Like my computer isn't that great anymore, but this game does run at a nice 60 frames. I need to run it on low, but it still looks really good on low. I can't really tell the difference between like low and high. Like it's pretty good. The problems I do have with the game though is when you do have to do a story part, since when you liberate a area, you get like levels of resistance. So like, when you're in a new area, you start level 0 or like level 1, I guess. And as you level up, there's like 3 points to level up to, and then you fight the boss. So every interval, you would get like captured and then do a story bit. And I kind of don't like that because it really like throws you off. It's like, oh, I don't want to do the story bit right now because you know they're pretty long, and if you just want to stop for the day, you know, you kind of have to do it. So like I kind of don't like that. And it's just like it makes no sense because you get captured, you escape, and you get captured like 2 more times, and then you like escape. So it's like it kind of just throws the danger away. I'm like, all right, I kind of don't like how to do that. It should just been like, hey, you could do the story mission now after you did this amount of outposts and stuff, and like that would make a lot more sense. But and another thing I really don't like is I'm playing co-op, and the host gets all the progression, and the second player doesn't. So I basically have to play through the game twice to like get a bunch of unlockables and stuff, and it's pretty annoying. The game is just fun to play mindlessly though. Like I just play it while listening to a podcast, so it's not that big of a deal. But it's like it's pretty dumb. Like I don't know why. Like you play through the whole game co-op, but the second player just gets screwed. Like you get no unlockables, and it's like really annoying. But
I guess that was a oversight on their part.
They say it's intentional because they still want you to, like, I don't know, they're doing it they're playing co-op as a selling point, but like you kind of get gimped. The second player gets gimped, so I don't know why they're doing that for. And another cool thing is I didn't play too much of it, but there's also the Far Cry Arcade, which you just play custom maps and stuff like that and make your own maps. I haven't tried the editor yet, but the maps I have played it just reminds me of Halo Forge. Like it's really fun to just play those really garbage maps that suck, but like it's still fun to see what people are making. I do like that a lot. I think the Far Cry Arcade is a great addition to this because I love making maps and playing maps. You know, I love the Halo Forge and I love Little Big Planet, so that's a great addition. I do like that a lot. And you can use assets from like Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs. It's crazy.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And yeah, that's about it. Again, I can't really tell you how it compares to the other two. A lot of people say it's basically the same game, but it is like a good entry. Like it's better than 4. But again, I can't really give you that that insight because I never played the other two. But yeah, from what I played, I think it's great. Like there's a lot of content there. I do think it's worth the $60. Just keep in mind if you're gonna play co-op that the second player won't get anything. So you might have to go back and just play through those last bits again.
Okay.
Other things I've been playing, Ni no Kuni 2 came out, and I was playing that. It's really good. I played a little bit of Ni no Kuni 1, and I liked it, but I felt like the combat kind of sucked, because it was like, you had the Pokemon thing, right? But like you couldn't really like directly command Pokemon. Like it kind of just walked around, and you kind of suggest what it should do. So you like shout, "Hey, attack this guy," and like he just does it sometimes. So it wasn't very like involved. With this one, it plays a lot more like just a standard action RPG where you just whack things with your sword and magic or whatever. It's good. Like obviously the visuals are amazing. It looks like you saw Spirited Away. It looks like that, like a Ghibli movie.
Okay.
And it's just really fun. You have this mechanic where you can make your own kingdom. So half of the game is like that action RPG, and half of it is just managing your own kingdom, like a city builder. And that part's really fun. I always like that stuff when you're doing games. Like Fire Emblem Fates had the same thing where you can make your own little town. It works like that. And it really fits into the main gameplay where you can like give bonuses to your like your stats and stuff like that. You could get new armor and stuff by making armories and blacksmiths and stuff. And like new spells by building some spell works and stuff. So that I really like that. It's really cool. The game is really easy. Like I'm like 20 hours in, and it's like not hard at all, which is like it's fine. Like I think people make a big deal about difficulty in games. Like if a game is too easy equals it's bad. I'm like that it doesn't work like that. Like if the game is fun, it's fine. Like it doesn't matter if it's hard or easy. I like hard.
I think it's because of like games like Dark Soul.
Yeah, like people
just want like, some sort of difficulty in their games now.
Yeah, like, and I love difficult games. Like, I do really do. But like, it's alright to have easy games. Like Kirby's, I still have a fun time with Kirby, and I still have a fun time with this. Like, it's just like how the game feels, and if it feels good, it's fun. Like, it doesn't have to be like hard to be fun. Exactly. But yeah, the story it's pretty basic right now, but like, you know, it's fine. It's a lot more like it plays like a fairy tale basically, so it's a lot more lighthearted than like other things I've been playing, like Persona or something like that. And yeah, that was my dog. And I guess let's talk about ARMS, because I played a little bit of that because we played it over when you guys were over.
Yep.
And ARMS, I played a little bit by myself afterward, and it's good. Like, I like ARMS a lot. Like, I've always kind of liked it. I know everyone like memes at it and stuff and like says it's bad, but I think it's good. I think it's a good game. It just doesn't have enough content to justify its $60 price point, like, at all, because it has the Grand Prix, which is like you just fight like 8 people and then that's it. And for the party mode, which is like just like unranked mode basically, you know, you can play with random people. There's like a lobby system. You just fight each other. You can play some of the other modes, but sort of gets old after like an hour. Like, you're like, okay, I've seen everything this game has to offer in like 2 hours, like that, and that's about it. There's ranked, but I haven't tried that yet. But it's like, it's a fighting game that doesn't really have a lot of mechanics to it. Like, you kind of just block, dodge, and punch, and that's about it. So I could see how you can't really get much better than that. Like, just like it's hard to explain. Like, I could be good at that game, and that shouldn't happen with fighting games. Like something like Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Fighters and Smash Brothers. There's a lot of tech and stuff and different matchups, and this game is kind of like that. But I feel like each character really plays the same. Like, you have like the heavyweight characters and the lightweight characters, and that's it. Like, there's not too much differences in there. Like, it just feels way too samey and gets very boring after a while. It's not like Smash where you have like 49 characters or whatever, or like Dragon Ball Fighters where you have like the tag team system. This one's very just like, all right, you get to punch people and that's it. So I'm like, so yeah, it gets very boring after like a few hours. But again, it's still like good. I would suggest buying it for like $20, and that's about all it's worth. Like, I hope Nintendo does a sequel at some point and adds like a lot of content. But as of right now, it's fun, but it's not worth like anything more than like $20.
Yeah, I talked about this in a video a couple months back. Why is ARMS a failure or whatever? Yeah. But pretty much what I said in that video was the thing with Splatoon, it filled a gap that Nintendo didn't have a shooter. ARMS, we already have Smash Brothers, Pokken, you know, so like it's kind of hard to move those Nintendo fans who are already loving Smash Brothers and Pokken or what have you to ARMS, which is sort of like, it's not all that creative with their characters or whatever. I mean, you know, like Twintel is like a meme or whatever, but when it comes to like trying to get those people to love ARMS, it's really hard to do that because I really don't know anyone that loves ARMS, you know. So I wonder what they're going to do in the future with this new IP. I hope they don't just kill it off, because I feel like that there is some potential here, but they just need to find where that is, you know. So
yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, the game's definitely not worth 60. Probably 40, 20, like you said. I have no idea, but you know, that's just my opinion. So what have you? Is there anything else you've been playing, or?
I mean, I played A Way Out, but I don't know what else. We could save that till the end. I don't know if you have other things you want to talk about before that.
Did you finish Daredevil, or?
Oh no, I have not. Actually.
Okay. All right. Well, he got through the first 2 episodes, guys. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, they're good. I need to watch those.
Okay, so what have I been playing? Obviously, League of Legends. They just released a new patch. Supposedly, and I played 1 game of rank, so don't like quote me on this, but supposedly heal and shield supports are back, but not in the same way that it was with the Ardent meta, where you rush Ardent Sensor. You don't do that anymore. You sort of just like build AP and just build utility for your team like a normal AP support would. Like I said, I played 1 game of rank. Supposedly Karma is really good. That's what one of the master tier challenger support players said, and I was like, let me go and try this out. I like smashed the lane on my own because I was just poking them down with Karma. And the new Mana Flow band, once you so like before it would give you like a free spell like Lysandra passive.
Yeah.
Now it stacks. Every single time you hit a enemy champion with a spell or something like that, it stacks to 250 mana, and once it hits 250, you get 1% missing mana regen for the rest of the game. And when you combine that with the biscuits, every single time you consume a biscuit, you get like 40 mana or something like that. You have so much mana and so much mana regen at that point, because you're also building, these mana regen items. You're pretty much never going to run out of mana, hopefully. So yeah, I definitely do think heal and shield supports are pretty strong. Like I said, I've only played one ranked game, and that was with Karma, and I smashed a lane or whatever, but there's that. Obviously Fortnite, that is a game that is still taking the entire gaming streaming platform by storm. It's still a fun game, but it's definitely a very hard one, because everyone's just getting better at the game as every single day passes by, because I'm still bad at building or whatever, because that's like the main thing you need to be good at when it comes to this game. It's not just shooting people, it's all about building and all that stuff. So
yeah, you have to know how to build.
Yeah, because if not, they're just going to get the height advantage on you and just kill you. So, anything else I've been playing? Obviously, Sly 2 for the stream, and I am almost done with that game. I wanted to finish it last week, but I had to go and do some things before, school started up again. So, I had to go and cut the stream. But tomorrow, Sunday, I will definitely finish that game, and we'll be done with that. And then maybe I'll go into God of War Ascension, because I know the new God of War is going to come out on the 20th the following week, so definitely want to go and get that game done before I jump into the new God of War. So but anything else I've been playing or watching lately? I read the new Sonic the Hedgehog IDW comic. The first issue came out this past week, and it is pretty good. It's a solid start for this new Sonic the Hedgehog comic book series. And since it is new, they are not relating themselves to the Archie series whatsoever. You can tell by just the first page. It's like Sonic has been fighting Eggman for so many years or whatever. So, yeah, they are definitely doing a brand new story with these characters, and I'm very excited to go and see where it goes from here. So, but I think that's about it as far as I know. I guess we could talk about A Way Out, because me and you have both played it. Have you finished it?
Yeah, I finished it.
Okay, so I guess we could talk about spoilers here. So if you don't want to be spoiled by A Way Out, just click off this video. Or but if you want to hear spoilers or just don't care, you can continue listening to us talk about A Way Out for a couple of minutes. So, did you see the plot twist where, goddamn, Leo, Leo and Vincent, that whole like Vincent was a cop the whole time? Or
I actually like didn't.
Yeah, same. I didn't see that coming either. So I was like, holy shit, no.
Yeah, wait, who were you playing?
I was playing as Leo.
Okay, I was playing as Vincent. So.
Okay, yeah, because that part I was like, oh wait, yes, now it all makes sense. That's why he's the new inmate. That's why he's trying to be all buddy with him. So
it was a crazy plot twist. It got me pretty hard. I was like, what?
Yeah,
it was pretty good.
But yeah, that was definitely the highlight of the entire story for me, because it's like, oh my god, these two prisoners have to escape or whatever, and that whole thing actually worked out, and they actually killed the guy. Then when they came back, I was like, oh no, they're dead, they're caught, they're going back to jail. It's like, good job, Vincent. I was like,
Yeah, I was like, yo, what the hell, dude? Like, it was a good twist. I liked it. I know some people didn't like it, but I was like, I liked that a lot.
Yeah, I definitely like it when game stories just like flip the entire thing on its head. Because like from the beginning of the game all the way up until then, you didn't really, or like Leo didn't really like Vincent, but as you saw the relationship grow, they got to know each other more, and at the end it was like, well, that happened.
Yeah.
Who won the shootout battle? Was it Leo or Vincent?
I lost. So my internet gets real bad at like sort of like late at night for some reason. So I was like lagging like the whole time. So I kind of just got shot up and died. I'm like, oh, okay, rip. So I saw Leo's ending, and I went back later and saw Vincent's ending.
Yeah. When me and when me and Louis were playing, he was just shooting me like a lot better than I was. I was like, oh shit, I'm just really bad. But the last button match, when we both had to go and grab the gun, supposedly, since I was lower health, it was supposed to be harder for me, but it was like super close. It was like super duper, like I could have won that like 100%, but yeah, Louis won, and we saw Vincent's ending, and I was like, I mean, I guess, but you know, like Leo's, you know, wife and the kid, I'm like, God fucking damn it.
I liked Leo's ending way better than Vincent's ending.
Yeah, because I mean, with Vincent and his wife, like it was kind of falling apart at that point. At least with Leo and his family, they were still, you know, like very much together. So when you see that ending, it's like, oh fuck, man! Like he actually went to their goddamn trailer or whatever and actually told them what happened, or like obviously I'm pretty sure he didn't say that I killed him, but you know, like he died, so that was definitely like, oh my god, no, why did this happen?
Yeah, that was pretty like, damn, Vincent, what the hell? But with Leo's ending, I just felt it was more like it just ended better because, you know, Leo gave the letter to the wife, and then like he read it. Well, Vincent read it, like his voice, you could hear it. And I don't know, it just fitted more, I guess. Like, you know, he got the nice burial with the police and stuff, and Leo gets to live, you know, his life or whatever. I don't know, it just felt better. I felt like Vincent's ending was like too blunt and harsh with Leo, how Leo died. Yeah. And when Vincent died, I feel like he got like, you know, he got more respect dead than he did living, I guess. I don't know, it's hard to explain. It just felt better for me, Leo's ending.
Did you play all of like the little mini games that were spread throughout the game?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So who won the arm wrestling?
It was like my E button like almost broke. I was pressing that shit. Like I'm like, all right, fuck this shit. I just gave up.
Yeah, it was definitely a close one between me and Louis. So like obviously we're both playing on PS4 controllers. We're just matching the square button. At a certain point, I started to like give up a little bit, and then I saw my arm go down. I was like, no, I'm not losing. But at that point, I was like, fuck, we're gonna be here all goddamn day.
That's right, yeah.
So like I just gave up, you know, because like we're also streaming it, so I was like, we gotta like move on here.
Yeah, I did the same exact thing.
But I know that we missed one. We missed the Connect 4 or something.
Oh,
like
I did Connect 4.
Yeah, I think we missed that one because I was like trying to like, you know, like get into the hospital and get the fuck out, you know. So, but what was like your opinion of like the whole just like the whole like co-op experience sort of thing?
I thought it was really good. It wasn't like as QTE heavy as I thought. Like you just gotta really press E. Like it wasn't some crazy stuff like Heavy Rain or something where I press a whole bunch of buttons. Like, it was just, you know, I press E and that was about it. It was mostly you just like walking around solving puzzles together, and they weren't the hardest puzzles. Like they were pretty easy to get. But I thought it was fun. Like I had a good time playing a co-op. I thought the whole business model was also really generous, where only one person buys in, and you know you could just get the other one for free. Yeah. But yeah, no, I thought it was fun. Like I really enjoyed it a lot. Like some puzzles. No, I wouldn't really say we had any. Did you have a hard time with any of the puzzles? I didn't.
No, I don't believe so. We like breezed through the game pretty easily. So
it wasn't too difficult. Like, and I think that's fine because it's like if you make the puzzles too hard, then it'd be like frustrating.
Yeah, and then some people are gonna be frustrated and like they're just not gonna care about the story at that point or whatever. So.
So I thought it was a good idea that they kept it on the easier side, just to like, make sure both people weren't like raging at each other.
Oh no, one part that like had us really flustered was the one part where we had to like throw the TNT at the door and then shoot it.
Oh right.
Yeah, that guy like kept melting me and Louis. I was like, what the fuck's going on? Because like, you know, like you're trying to like have fire on one person as the other gets to the TNT. One time I like peeked for like 2 seconds, I swear, and I died, and I was like, shit. and then Louis did the same thing, and he's like, wait, what the fuck? So that part definitely had us a little you know, stuck for a bit, but we eventually got through it. But yeah, it's not a lot of QTs. The way I see it is that since you're in the prison for the first part of the game, it's very much like a graphic adventure game where you're like, talking to people or, doing things to go and get out of the prison. And then the second part of the game is a lot more focused on like shooting, driving, still with those elements of, walking around trying to solve puzzles and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I really did like on how this game was structured and how, the whole business model as well. So, but yeah, this is definitely a very good game. The story was definitely a very surprising thing to me because, like when I was first going through it, I was like, yeah, it's like these two guys, they have this one guy that they want to kill. So they're like, all right, let's both escape prison and kill him. But, that whole twist really just made the entire story tie together, I felt.
Yeah.
So.
No, yeah, I feel you. I don't know, it was just enjoyable playthrough. Like I thought it was like it sort of played out like a 80s action movie basically.
Yeah, kind of.
When you were
in some
killing
ways.
that guy, and then right at the end, that twist was really good. So yeah, it kept me really hooked throughout the whole thing. It was like 6 hours, so.
Yeah, 5 to 6 hours. I think we finished it in 5 or something like that.
Okay.
So, but 6 hours if you actually explore everything because we did miss a couple of things here and there. But yeah, A Way Out is definitely a pretty good game. But is there anything else you would like to add, Damian?
I don't know. I think that's it.
Okay, so thank you guys for listening to the Two Players Podcast once again, and we'll see you guys 2 weeks from now with the next episode.
Later.